This very diversity, when it goes beyond the certain point, is capable of producing chaos and has produced chaos in many federal states. One has only to imagine 20 different laws. If he have 20 states in the union of marriage, of divorce, of inheritance of property, family relations, contracts, torts, crimes, weights and measures of bills and checks, banking and commerce, of procedures for obtaining justice and in the standards and methods of administration. Such a state of affairs not only weakens the state but becomes intolerant to the citizen who moves from state to state only to find that what is lawful in one state is not lawful in another. The draft constitution has sought to forge means and methods whereby India will have federation and at the same time will have uniformity in all basic matters which are essential to maintain the unity of the country. The means adopted by the draft constitution are three. First, a single judiciary. Second, uniformity in fundamental laws, civil and criminal. And third, a common all India civil service to man important posts, a dual judiciary, a duality of legal courts, and a duality of civil services are the logical consequences of a dual polity which is inherent in a federation. In the USA, the federal judiciary and the state judiciary are separate and independent to each other. The Indian Federation, though a dual polity, has no dual judiciary at all. The High Courts and the Supreme Court form one single integrated judiciary having jurisdiction and providing redeems in all cases arising under the constitutional law, the civil law, or the criminal law. This is done to estimate all diversity in all remedial procedures. Canada is the only country which furnishes a close parallel. The Australian system is only an approximation. Explanation. In some federal countries, the Supreme cannot overrule the judgments of the state courts relating to laws of the state. However, in India, the Supreme Court can hear appeals against the decision of any court and give judgment. Care is taken to eliminate all diversity from laws which are at the basis of civil and corporate life. The great courts of civil and criminal laws, such as the Civil Procedure Code, Penal Code, the Criminal Procedure Code, the Evidence Act, Transfer of Property Act, Laws of Marriage, Divorce, and Inheritance are either placed in the concurrent list or central list, so that the necessary uniformity can always be preserved without impairing the federal system. Explanation. The chapters on which laws can be made are divided into central list, state list, and concurrent list. Only the central government can make laws on the central list, and only the state government can make the laws on the state list. Both the central and the state government can make laws on the concurrent list. However, in case where a state makes a law contradictory, only the central law will be valid. The dual polity, which is inherent in a federal system, is followed in all federations by a dual service. In all federations, there is a federation civil service and a state civil service. The Indian Federation, through a dual polity, will have a dual service, but with one exception. It is recognized that in every country there are certain posts in its administrative setup which might be called strategy from the point of view of maintaining the standard of administration. It may not be easy to spot such posts in a large and complicated machinery of administration, but there can be no doubt that the standard of administration depends upon the caliber of the civil servants who are appointed to these strategic posts. Fortunately for us, we have inherited from the past system of administration, which is common to the whole of the country, and we know what these strategic posts are. The Constitution provides that without depriving the states of their right to form their own civil services, there shall be an all-India service recruited on an all-India basis with common qualifications, with uniform scale of pay, and the members of which alone could be appointed to these strategic posts throughout the Union. That is, Ambedkar is referring here to the creation of the Public Service Commission, IAS, IPC. It is through which most important officials are recruited both for the state and the central government. The difference between the federalism of the US and India are: the Constitution of the US is very rigid than the Indian Constitution. While the US has the presidential form of government, India has the parliamentary form of government. While the Lok Sabha is more powerful in India, the House of Senate, that is, the upper house, is more powerful in the US. Examples of critiquing in CA debates. There were many criticisms of the draft constitution. Some, like Maulana Hasrat Mohani, argued that constitution is merely a copy of the 1935 Act. It was reminded that during the freedom movement, when cabinet mission visited India, political groups like INC demanded universal adult suffrage and opposed 1935 Act. People like Damodar